Our forces are moving to attack Charlie 2. Cruise missiles inbound. Targets will be neutralized.
Hold your ground and face enemy bay.
As a longtime Battlefield fan, I was pretty excited to get my hands on Delta Force Hawk Ops, and after 3 days in the alpha test, I have a lot of good and some bad things to share. So I just wanted to share my overall impressions, and I think some of this you haven't heard from other content creators. So let's jump right into it. When I was growing up, free-to-play games from Asia looked like Crossfire, the Counter-Strike ripoff. But Delta Force has taken free-to-play Asian-made game to a whole new level. The graphics are fantastic. The movement is very good. The gunplay is very good. The sound effects are better than most shooters out there today, and the animations are way better than I expected. So then what's the problem, you might ask? When looking at this game alone, it's hard to fault it too much. But when looking at it in our current gaming industry, it's an obvious copy of Battlefield, but not just any Battlefield, Battlefield 2042, arguably the worst Battlefield of all time. If they had just made a direct copy of Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 with all of the quality of life improvements they added to this game, it would easily make it into my weekly rotation of games I play. But instead, they produced a hero-based shooter, of which we have many, and a direct copy of the worst Battlefield to have ever come out. On top of that, a lot of the tactical abilities in this game are basically one-to-one copies of Battlefield 2042. And I've heard some people say that the tactical abilities are not OP, but to be honest, we have yet to see how it's used on a map with 64 real human players. After dropping 80 kills in my second match, I thought I was unstoppable, only to realize the lobbies are filled with bots. Which leads me to believe that when Delta Force is finally released, a lot of these online matches are going to feel like Operation Locker or Metro from Battlefield 4, but instead, every other player is going to have a noob tube attached to their wrist that shoots 3 grenades and is refreshed approximately every minute. It's sad to say this, but I think Delta Force kind of dropped the ball. If they had done everything they did with this game, but changed the context and removed some of the futuristic aspects, especially the hero classes, I think this would be a huge success. This doesn't inherently mean that the game is bad by any means, and I think anyone could jump in and get many hours of playtime. But one reason I think that this game will have a following is that it is free. And it comes at a time when many of the AAA American developers are simply dropping the ball across the board for this type of FPS game. My hope is that this game will bring enough players away from Battlefield and even Call of Duty for long enough that those developers are forced to go back to the drawing board and produce an actual AAA game for the first time in a long time, now that they see the type of competition that's sprouting up from places that I don't think they were expecting. But until then, please make sure you're subscribed, because next week I'm going to release a video on top 5 games that I think are underrated, and I'm fairly certain that At least 2 of them you've never played or maybe even heard of. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what games you wish more people were playing today. Until next time, I'll see you soon.